Hello, it's Erica, and I'm going to do a daily or all signs quick read because this is not just for today. It's for whenever you see it. And it's actually 10:10 right now. So, yay, synchronicity. All right. So, the first sign we are going to do is going to be Aries. All right. What messages do you have for my Aries? Give me 3 cards. What messages do you have for my Aries? 3 cards. All right, let's see. You have focus on money, June, and blessing in disguise. So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Focus on your money right now. And whatever you could be, it could be seeming like things are not working out and you're trying to go into a different position or a different job, or even just like doing a side hustle, a side job, and you feel like it's not working out, that as much time as you're putting into it, you feel like you're not getting enough back. But I feel like Spirit's trying to say, you know, just keep doing it. Keep focusing on your money. Like, try not to get distracted by how you're feeling and how it's looking like it's not working out. But I feel like things are really going to take off for you in June. And it's going to be a blessing in disguise of things not working out right now, or you not getting that position, or things. I feel like if you're doing like a side job, or like streaming or videos or crafts or Etsy, that you're going to be learning a lot, and you're going to be glad that when it really takes off in June, or when you get that position in June, you're like, I'm really glad it didn't work out right away, because I was learning a lot of things that are beneficial to me now, and I would have missed out on if, you know, they would have worked out before. So look out for things in June for it to be really, you know, working out for you. And just, I feel like, you know, just stay at it, keep at it, okay? Now we're going to go to Taurus. All right, 3 cards. What messages do you have right now for my Taurus people? What messages do you have right now for my Taurus people? All right, so we have, this is your assignment, empath, and any action is better than no action. All right, so I feel like right now you could be an empath, or you could be exploring that, or you might not even know that you're an empath, but you're figuring it out because, like, I'm hearing that. So when you're around people, like, you get drained really easily when you're around people, and you have to go home, you have to like recharge. Like, you could see other people like get more energy from being around a lot of people, but you're like the opposite, and you don't understand why you can't be around people for a long amount of time without feeling totally drained and like wanting to sleep for the next 2 days. That's a part of being an empath. Also, when you can feel tension in a room without anybody saying it, or you can feel like there was just a fight or an argument in the room before you came in. If you're feeling sad all of a sudden and you realize, you know, your friend's sad, or like if you feel sick and you find out somebody else is sick, you know, those are all signs of being an empath. And a part of being an empath is really learning to control your emotions, and knowing what are your emotions and what not are your emotions, which is very important for an empath, or really any person that's a sensitive, to meditate. By meditating, you're learning to disconnect from your thoughts and be more an observer rather than creating feelings from your thoughts that turn into actions, right? So I feel like this is your assignment to explore your psychic abilities, to explore being a sensitive, to explore what it means to be an empath. And any action down this road is better than no action, because I feel like, you know, if you've been having sickness or illness or anxiety or panic attacks that you can't explain, researching what it means to be an empath and grounding techniques and shielding techniques will really help you in that arena. I used to be on Xanax and Klonopin for anxiety, because I would have panic attacks and anxiety that was just disabling me. I'd get woken out of like a dead sleep with my heart pounding, feeling like I'm about to get the worst news ever, but it never coming, you know? But I didn't want to live like that anymore, depending on a substance. So like learning about my psychic abilities and learning protection techniques. Psychic protection is very important for everybody, but especially when you have a gift. So definitely I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you, like, this is your assignment right now in this season, is learning about who you are and taking action, learning about grounding and shielding and doing those things. And it's really going to help you out. All right. So now we are going to Gemini. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my Geminis right now? What messages do you have for my... Oh, shoot. Nope, we're not doing that. What messages do you have for my Geminis right now? Ooh, okay. We have say what's on your mind. Give me 2 more, Spirit. All right. Time, or take a time out and love yourself first. So this could apply to a couple of different situations. If you are in a relationship, you know, you might be feeling like, you know, lately you've been stressed out because there is a problem or a situation within your relationship and you don't really know how to go to your partner about it. But